What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today we're going to be going over the Yanderedev accusations, allegations, the whole entire situation overall, and I'm going to try to walk you guys through what's going on. So pretty much to start, we'll talk about who even is Yanderedev. His real name is Alex, and he's pretty much the lead developer of a game called Yandere Simulator, which I'm sure a lot of you guys saw your favorite YouTuber play it probably over 10 years ago. And yes, this game has been in development for 10 years and still doesn't really have a release. But basically, it's a game where you play as a high school student who is clamoring over this guy who's the senpai, hence the yandere stuff. And it's pretty much an anime themed game where you'll go and kill other girls. And, you know, there's some side stuff. I haven't really checked in the game for a while, but it really makes sense why Alex is being accused of this stuff, because he is extremely weird. You can tell he is an anime developer. The way he talks and the way he acts in these voice recordings really show how he is a low-life, zero social skills, and would be someone who would make an anime high school simulator game. It's fucking weird. So a lot of you guys might be wondering, what is he even being accused of? Basically, a girl by the name of Jane came forward with a bunch of information and evidence that she was being groomed by Alex. Jane, who was 16, Alex, who was 35. So a lot of this information, a lot of these video recordings and voice recordings, I'm getting from a channel called Ali MCC. She was kind of the spearhead of all this. It seems like Jane actually reached out to her personally to get a lot of this information out. So a lot of the evidence and voice recordings and stuff I did get from her YouTube channel. Don't get me wrong, guys, I did do other research too. I looked on the internet, I looked on the Reddit and stuff like that, but the most damning evidence comes from Ali's YouTube channel, and I'm gonna warn you guys, a lot of this evidence is very long, like 5-6 minute long video recordings, but I think that's really important because we do get a lot of information from these recordings. So now that I gave you guys what's going on, I'm gonna give you guys the first recording that I saw on her Ali MCC's video. So it is a bit of a longer recording, but we're gonna go ahead and play it and then we'll talk about it after.
No, I don't go out. I just stay inside and work on the game.
You should turn your camera.
Oh, you'll see how old I am.
Let me look at you.
You're cute.
Yeah, exactly. You should. I will look at you too.
I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
Oh, you're sweet.
I have a question for you.
What's your question?
I want you to like call off guard or anything.
Go ahead.
You talk to other girls, maybe?
No.
Okay.
Wouldn't it make me a bad guy if I did?
It would make me an upset person if you did.
You'd be upset?
And then it's just like, not like in a serious way, just like, you know, oh.
Am I a bad guy for talking to you? Should I stop talking to you?
No, you should stop talking. Well, I mean, like, you should, but please don't. Just, like, you know, pause. I like your company.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Do you think you can call like this more often?
Maybe. I had fun. You're funny. It's fun to listen to talk.
Learn from the high next time. I just make
I
it.
would also be very interested in interacting with you when you are regular. I want to learn what regular you is like. But high you is very cute and fun.
My hands were fuzzy.
Yeah, you do that a lot when you're high.
I do a lot when I'm sober too.
You're so cute.
You're saying that.
It's because you keep being cute. If you don't want to be called cute, then stop being so cute. It's simple logic. And I thought it was just normal.
That's not normal size.
Oh.
No, I think average size, one of those in the US is like 5.5.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know how to respond like that. I don't know what to say about it. I don't have one, so I'm not like a penis expert.
There's this one really important thing to remember, and that's that all the money I get is donations from people who want to support me. And if I start working less, then they will think, oh, he's not working, he's lazy, I should not support this guy.
Why can't you start OnlyFans?
Okay, let's just hypothetically imagine I have an OnlyFans. Now, what do I post on the OnlyFans? You mean like just naked pictures of me? I don't think I'm good looking enough for anyone to want to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Like
When you turn 18, are you going to start an OnlyFans?
God, no.
Well, how can you recommend that someone else do it if you wouldn't even be able to do it yourself?
Like, personally, guys under 5'9" are just like...
So you're basically saying short men are not human and don't deserve humans, and you want them all genocided. That's basically what you're saying. I'm only 5'11". I barely meet the cutoff criteria for being a human in your eyes. What if I told you I'm only interested in girls with double D breasts? Anything less than that is just not attractive.
Well, I mean, like, that's your preference, but do you understand how couch sizes work?
No. Big as a girl's head. I want them big as a girl's head.
I have what are considered, these are A cups, isn't that crazy?
Because you're so skinny?
Yep.
So it's like the ratio of the bust compared to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're very skinny and that's kind of hot. Sorry, am I a bad guy for saying that? Should I go die?
No.
Am I a bad guy?
And I can see where they got the idea from, but with context, it's not.
Yep, that's my life right there.
I don't want it to be something that you're going to get mad at me for asking.
Uh-oh. Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead.
There was, like, a girl forever ago, and she said that stuff between you and her happened when she was 14. Is that, like, true stuff? I'm
No.
curious.
There's a whole story behind why that accusation even exists, but it's like it takes a million years. I'd rather not talk about it if I could just explain it with text.
I understand. It's okay. It's okay. I was just curious. I just wanted a yes or no answer. I don't care why she did it. I just wanted to know.
There was no girl. There was a guy who made a Tumblr page where he made up the fake identity of a 14-year-old girl. And he said, oh my god, like, I knew Yanderedev when I was 14. He said this and this and this to me. Oh my god, it's like an internet troll posing as a 14-year-old girl. Like, I could go to Tumblr right now and make a blog and say, oh my god, when I was 14, PewDiePie raped me. And, like, I'd probably get a bunch of clicks and views. Oh my god, Mr. Beast, he touched my pussy. Because it's like, you put the name of a huge creator into the title of your whatever, and you can just get attention. There wasn't even any proof or evidence on the blog. People just ran with it.
Wait, hold on. Did you ever answer that question? I asked you if you were a virgin.
Yeah, then my phone rang. Very conveniently, I had to go flee to answer the phone call. Here's a question for you. What makes you think it's possible that I'm a virgin?
You asked me that, and I gave an answer. What was it?
You're like, maybe you were shy in college, and you haven't had any time to meet people because of Yanderedev.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm a virgin, does that make me a pathetic loser?
Why would it make you a pathetic loser?
It's like, oh, this guy has no riz. He can't get any girl to sleep with him. Pathetic. Maidenless. No bitches?
Like, I'm half hoping you are, half hoping you're not. Because, like, if you're not, then, like, good for you, you had sex. But if you are, like,
You want to steal my first time? Well, I'm not very experienced with ladies.
I can tell. No.
Wow, okay, bye.
You just don't have any time. It was not like that. You just don't have any time.
Wow, so mean. You're such a bully.
Hi.
Hello there.
How are you?
It's an average day for me.
You probably have like a whole tree of things with all their little branches of ideas, all that. Because you have been working on the game since I was 7?
I've been working on it I've been working on it since 2014.
Oh yeah, I was 7. I was 7. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to process that. So, I know that the official ages are 18, but like, is it high school?
No, it's a post-high school academy.
Huh. So how old is everyone?
Everyone's 18.
Is like 18 or like 18 plus?
everyone in the, well, I mean, there's like adults, like the teachers are older than 18. The headmaster is like 60, but all the students are 18.
Oh, that's weird. I feel like high school age makes more sense.
It would make more sense, but then everyone would complain, oh my god, the characters are under 18, so I have to contrive a story that makes them over 18. Or 18.
Because everyone gets so mad about kids. Because, like, you can't sexualize minors. I mean, you can't disagree with that without sounding like a creep. There's nothing I can really say about that.
Mother Nature sexualizes minors. Puberty starts to give breasts and wide hips to children before they turn 18. It's not like, a person does it to a child. The child's own body does it to themselves. It's not like an adult can go to a child and cast a magic spell that gives them breasts. Haha, I've sexualized you. I gave you breasts. And the child is like, no. No, the child just does it. The child's body does it automatically. A child gradually becomes an adult over time because of puberty.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Doing it. What, does it sound silly when I phrase it like that?
It sounded really silly.
But it's true, though.
I'm unable to do this weekly challenge in size. It is so hard.
What's the weekly challenge? Don't wait.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there you go, guys. There's not much to break down from this. It is, again, a lot of this evidence is extremely surface level, because it is surface level. I mean, it's just a recording of him being creepy with a 16-year-old girl. There's not really any defending that. There's not really any arguing that. I don't think it's photoshopped. I don't think it's AI generated. It's a whole thing. We do get a lot of information during this recording. So yeah, that was the information. After Ali, MCC, and Jane were talking a while. A lot of the recordings that she was going to give to Ali, because they were going to be releasing another video talking about this, ended up getting leaked on the TikTok, and this prompted Alex to go into an absolute frenzy mode and start spam messaging her, telling her to, like, pretty much trying to manipulate her to not go forward anymore and to stop. And Jane was actually able to get a big recording of him, like, attempting to get her to stop, like, talking about it and reaching out. So I'm going to go ahead and play that here. And again, guys, it's going to be a long recording, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, there you go. There's more evidence now that he knows what he did was wrong, and now he's avidly trying to backtrack because he knows his Yanderedev simulator game is going to be pretty much canceled because of these allegations and what's going on. This is absolutely deplorable situation. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, she's 16. She's legal in some places. Yeah, but 35 and 16 is really weird. Not to mention, he mentions in the first recording, if you guys remember, that he's like, oh, I don't want to turn my girl. You'll see how old I am. It's weird. The whole entire situation is really creepy, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like him, and I don't like this situation. So all this information came out. He decided to just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and just like talk about it in my own statement. And guys, the statement is extremely long. So he starts it off by saying, I'm sorry. Hi, you've probably heard some really concerning stuff over the past few days. You might have seen a video that has left you feeling worried, disappointed, and wondering what I have to say for myself. There's a part of me that wants to say, no, you don't understand. The video was edited in an extremely dishonest and misleading way, blah, blah, blah. But no, I'm not going to focus on that. By the way, this entire statement, he's trying to act like he's taking a bigger stance for how he's responding, when it's like, no, you still dodge a lot of the shit in this statement. There's a part of me that wants to do what I usually do and type out a massive essay where I over-explain absolutely every single detail about the entire situation, provide context to absolutely everything, go point by point down the list and every possible fact that could make a situation easier to understand. But no, I'm not going to do that. This isn't a blog post about how actually you see, I didn't really do anything all that bad. If you consider all the facts, I'm just going to take my accountability and own up to a really huge fucking mistake that I've made. A few months back, a fan of the game DM'd me and wanted to chat. I normally just turn fans away and tell them I'm busy, but in this case, the fan seemed really fun and interesting, so I agreed to talk to them. After around 2 months, I agreed to voice chat with her. Right off the bat, she let me know that she was 16 at the time. I didn't perceive this as a problem. What do I care about her age? She's just a funny fan of the game who wants to talk to me. That is no big deal. I rationalized to myself that it was fine. That was a massive mistake. More to follow. We talked for a while, and eventually I started feeling really comfortable speaking to her. I started talking to her the same way I would speak to any other friend. She was just one of the guys. I made the same type of vulgar jokes that I make when voice chatting with my other friends. This was an absolute unacceptable mistake. No grown-up should ever use adult language or make adult jokes in the presence of a minor. Just because I felt really comfortable speaking to her, that doesn't make it okay. That's no excuse, not in the slightest. Occasionally she would say something flirty towards me. Most of the time I would shut that down immediately and refuse to reciprocate. However, there was times where I didn't shut it down and let her talk to me that way without stopping her. Again, he paints this as if she was the one always engaging in the flirting matter, which just isn't true. Obviously, it goes without saying that this is absolutely not fucking okay. This was the time when I should have instantly disengaged and ended all contact with her. In any interaction between an adult and a minor, it is an adult's responsibility to put an immediate stop to inappropriate behavior. This is absolutely no excuse for tolerate this as if it was okay. I didn't want to be a buzzkill, or I didn't want to ruin the vibes, or we were just having a lighthearted, jokey conversation. It didn't feel like anything wrong was happening. Are not acceptable excuses in the slightest. At some point, she started recording our conversation so that she could share my jokes with her friends. However, one of the friends did my remark as showing sexual interest, that I was trying to groom her and she could release all her recordings to exploit me. Her friend pressured her into providing the recordings to a drama YouTuber who began producing a video about the situation. A preview of the video revealed that the intentions of the video would be characterize me as a predator slash groomer, presenting clips of the conversation that sounded sexual. So as you guys can tell already from this, is he is trying to gaslight us now and saying that actually the recordings were from her friend who wanted to record our funny conversations. No, her friend probably thought that you were grooming her because you were grooming her. I do not make me listen to these recordings and then proceed to fucking try to gaslight me into thinking that these were lighthearted, joking conversations. You know exactly why those conversations look bad and your intentions with those conversations. And also, he calls the Ali MCC a drama YouTuber, which again is trying to like discredit her from actually trying to expose real life people. Obviously, it doesn't matter how the recordings were made public because the entire situation should have never been allowed to happen in the first place. I'm just explaining why such a video exists. Exactly. Why even bring it up though? I don't care if it's to prove why the video exists. Why even bring it up if it's not to discredit Ali MCC? Watching the recordings of the way I interacted with her has mortified for me. I keep thinking I actually did that, and you goddamn idiot. Whenever I remind something inappropriate that I said in the conversation with her, I'm not going to spend a million years belaboring the point. But I want you to know that I have been kicking myself nonstop since the situation happened. I feel disgusted and disappointed in myself on the level that I have never felt in my entire life. Yeah, that you really seem like you really feel like what you did was bad when you're trying to manipulate her into not releasing any more evidence. Yeah, sure, buddy, sure. It was foolish, extremely damn foolish for me to think of myself that it was possible to rationalize an adult becoming friends with a minor, because no matter what the adult's intentions are in the beginning, there are so many potential things that can go wrong involving an adult and a minor alone together. That is the scenario that should never even be allowed to happen in the first place, not to mention the inherent power imbalance, etc. I could write down every single reason why an adult and a minor can't have a meaningful friendship, but then the blog post would be twice as long. Yeah, it's already super long. Over the years, a lot of people have contacted me to tell me that they look up to me, that they admire me, that I inspire them. Right now, I'm thanking all the people who have ever said those words to me, and I realize my actions have completely invalidated their words. No, someone who makes this kind of mind-boggling, stupid mistake is not admiring or inspiring. I let the fans down. I keep saying that to myself over and over the years of trying my best to prove that I'm not a bad guy that people say I am, and then I go screw up so badly that I retroactively vindicated some of the hate that has been directed towards me. It's ironic. I've even tried so hard to disprove the hateful remarks that people made about me, doing the opposite of what they expect of me. For example, if people say I'm lazy, I respond by working more hours than usual. If people say I'm greedy, I respond by turning down opportunities to make money. If people say I'm interested in minors, I respond by saying rules on my Discord server is actively discouraging minors from participating at every turn. I try my absolute best to discourage every ignorant and hateful false accusations people say about me. Well, it seems like some of these accusations might be true. And now what I've gone and done, instead of doing everything in my power to disprove the allegations I'm attracted to kids, I made some remarks that sound really, really fucking questionable. I'm not even going to say it. It only sounds bad because of context. If only you had some context, you'd understand it was bad. I'm just going to own up to this. The fact that I'm even happened at all is bad regardless of the context. This is no excuse. It's outright fucked up, pure and simple. After that video went public, some of the game's volunteers started receiving harassment and abusive messages. Several of them have already contacted me to inform me that they can no longer be associated with me or my project and want me to remove their assets in the game. I get it. There's a part of me that wants to profusely beg them to reconsider, but whenever they decide, I'm going to respect their wishes. I forgot to mention that a lot of the people who are working on Yanderedev, that being the voice actor, writers, stuff like that, they did end up backing out, and he makes it seem like they're backing out because they're getting attacked for working on the game. I feel like that some of them morally just backed out because they do not want to be associated with a groomer. I think that's a big reason why, and this statement, again, is trying to gaslight people into thinking, actually, they left because they're getting hate. It's like, no, they left because they didn't want to be associated with a creep. It's one thing to make a stupid mistake that results in self-humiliation. It's another thing to make a mistake that affects all the people who associate with me. However, it's a mistake on an entirely different level to make a mistake that involves an appropriate interaction with a minor. Again, you're making it... Mistakes mean that you unintentionally got involved with something and you now have to deal with the consequences. A mistake is accidentally forgetting your lunch at home. A mistake is accidentally saying something to your friend that you didn't mean. I wouldn't consider you grooming a minor a mistake. The only mistake you made in your head was being caught. At no point in the DMs, voice recordings, all these other recordings, did it seem like you felt bad for what you were doing. You literally questioned her and said, should I be not doing this? Like, you knew what you were doing was wrong. And if you know what you're doing is wrong and you still do it, that's not a mistake. That's you actually doing something terrible. At this point in time, it's difficult to determine exactly how much this is going to impact the development of the Yandere simulator. There we go. The main reason why he's so scared right now. The main reason why his little anime weird game is now being at risk for being cancelled. If I had to replace huge number of assets, hundreds of voice acted lines, for example, I won't lie, that's going to be a pretty big setback. I really only have myself to blame for it, though. Then why bring it up? Why bring it up and be like, oh guys, this is gonna ruin my game, but it's my fault? For what it's worth, I'd like to make you aware of the fact that a fan I spoke to has expressed her feelings on the situation. You can find her post here. Not going to read that. I feel like it's going to take a really long time for me to forgive myself in such a stupid mistake, but as a first step, I donate $1,000 to RAIN, an organization that provides care and benefits to survivors of abuse. Two things to kind of unpack from this statement here. One, he links a Reddit that takes you to a Yandere fan on the Yandere subreddit who talks about her experience reaching out to the dev and talking to Alex and stuff like that, which I think it's like, why even link it at all? That's not even at all any good evidence or a decent statement or anything like that, because first of all, it's one of your fans, which obviously they're going to be objectively on your side in this entire situation, which we're going to get into in a little bit later on, how toxic his fans are being. Number one, Alex, I'm assuming you're not going to watch this because you're like off grooming children and shit, but basically they don't care about you, man. They're on your side because they want your shitty game done. They're not going to get their game if you get canceled. That's the only reason why they're backing you up, is because they want this shitty anime simulator game. That's it. That's the only reason, and they can't get it if you get canceled. That's the only reason. They don't care about you, and they don't care about you know, the victim. They only care about getting their little shitty anime game. So yeah, basically the Reddit itself is just, you know, a bunch of bullshit, gaslighting, pretty much giving their side of the story. So let's move on to the RAIN donation. I mean, obviously it's good that people donate to abuse causes, but the only reason he donated to that is because he got caught, and this is his way of softening the blow. We all fucking know it. It's just a PR stunt. We've seen it a million times. He goes on a little bit later on where it says, "Dear Alexander, thank you for supporting RAIN and Survivor," whatever. It's basically his proof that he donated, because obviously he has to prove it. I know that doesn't instantly wash away my bad decisions, but I hope it demonstrates that I'm willing to do whatever feels necessary to begin atoning for my mistake. The biggest way you can atone for your mistake is destroy your game, right? And stop trying to profit off the internet. That's the big issue with a lot of these guys who get caught grooming and doing awful things, is they think they can just make an apology and say, oh, I'm taking the steps. The best step you can take right now is get off the internet and stop trying to profit. You think if you got accused of this stuff, you get to keep your job? Or at least like proven, because he literally did an apology. You think you deserve your job? You think you deserve to keep making your money? You know what I mean? Keep being able to do what you're passionate about? No. I'd like to apologize to my volunteers, to my fans, and anyone else I've ever called themselves my friend. If you guys notice, he hasn't singly apologized to Jane once. He's apologizing to everyone else but the victim. I am truly and sincerely sorry. Actions speak louder than words, though, so I'm going to try my hardest to grow as much as I can from this and make absolutely sure that nothing even remotely similar happens in the future. Shouldn't have happened in the begin with. He also puts a couple edits here. Please don't bash the fan who DM'd me. It's the last thing I want. Well, what do you expect when you put a fan who's blindly defending you in your fucking thing while you're being accused of these heinous allegations? Edit 2. Throughout the years, many Yanderedev imposters have impersonated me and done awful things while using my username and avatar. As a result of the recent controversy, a lot of these look Yanderedev said something awful screenshots are resurfacing and spreading around. Please don't fall for these takes. It's not me, it's the screenshots. I mean, for once, I don't agree with him, but it is true. During a lot of these controversies, a lot of these fan accounts and bait accounts end up getting surfaced with their messages and stuff. Obviously, when you get evidence like that, double check it. But when you have evidence where it's voice recordings and stuff he's already admitted to, you can obviously use that for how you want. So that's the statement. Obviously really fucking long, and it's kind of Japanese. He doesn't really atone for much of anything, in my personal opinion. It's way too long for someone who says that he doesn't want to overcomplicate it when it didn't need to be that long. I mean, it's pretty surface level stuff. Now, a big thing I do want to talk about now is his fans' response, because a lot of fans are going completely toxic with this stuff. Like I said previously, his fans are just wanting a game, so they're like blindly trying to defend this game that they put a lot of money and time into. So a lot of the comments, which is surprising underneath the thing, is a bunch of, oh, it's very difficult for you, I feel bad for you, you're actually apologizing, it's so sincere, it's so great. You know, Yanderedev, before people were saying that you did weird stuff in the past, but reading this today, I can see that you clearly apologize for your actions. It's a bunch of bullshit, dog. And the fact is, too, the victim has also been really iffy about this whole entire situation, too, trying to retract stuff. And people are like, see, look, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She clearly doesn't want to actually make this public, and she clearly feels bad for what she did and destroying our favorite developer. She's scared because of a lot of people are coming after her now and blaming her for a lot of the stuff that happened. This is why a lot of victims don't like coming out, and this is, you know, it's not like it's false accusations. He'd proven them that they were real. But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. Yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like, subscribe.